Whoa, I'm still on a loss of words. The Sixers really lost to the Hawks. The Hawks. I still can't believe it. And the Sixers, they're a mess. Even with Trey going like 5 for like 21 or something, they still lost. Even with Embiid going for 31 and 11. Man, I'm just watching that game. It was a struggle. And probably the it was kind of hard to watch the Sixers offense because of Ben Simmons. I mean, just I'm sure everyone have seen that where like he had like an open dunk on the post up, and then he passed it to Thibault who got fouled, and he made one free throw like in the fourth quarter, and you have to dunk that. You just yes, he's a good passer, 13 assists. He's second in defensive player of the year, but you can't take four shots, make two of them, score 5 points, and think you can be a franchise guy. It's just as simple as that. And just the future is going to be interesting. So first, let me give my props to the Hawks. They played really well. It's just been so impressive that nobody saw us coming at the offseason. They signed Gallo, Bogdan, Chris Dunn, Tony Snell, which were all good acquisitions, but nobody saw this would be a conference finals team. And they started off like 14 and 21. And then they ended up as okay, I'm not sure what the record is, but over 500, beat the Knicks in 5, beat the Sixers in 7, and they came to play today. John Collins, he had some clutch mid-range jump shots, 16 boards, really good. Kevin Herter, they were just like begging him to shoot, and he stepped up. I mean, he's been really breaking out ever since DeAndre Hunter went down. He's been a starter and been really clutch. Capella, he tried his best on Embiid, and I think that like he played better defense on Embiid than like Daniel Gafford in the Wizards series. But I mean, he played solid. Trey Young, he's been amazing the whole series. 10 assists, which was big. Every one of those assists matters. Bogdan, he only played 21 minutes. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Gallo, he stepped up. I mean, he missed a couple mid-range jump shots, but he hit a couple threes. He got that big steal, which and then that dunk, which was big. Okongwu, he has some solid defense. I was impressed. Lou Will, 6 points. That's solid. Solomon Hill did some cardio, but the Sixers, what a collapse! And again, the biggest problem Doc Rivers. It's as simple as that. I mean, he just has blown so many leads, and Doc Rivers is special for the wrong reason. He blew a 3-1 lead with the Magic. He blew a 3-1 lead with the Clippers twice. And this year, they were up 26 points in Game 5, blew it. Up 18 points in Game 4, blew it. Up 2-1, blew it. And he's just an overrated coach. I mean, I personally thought he was a decent coach after the regular season. He led them to the best record in the East, but it's rotation. I mean, this bench is getting too many minutes. I mean, Maxi, he didn't really play too well. Shake had that clutch bucket. Dwight, I mean, I guess Embiid can't play every minute, but Thibault, he played solid defense. George Hill, 3 points. He just okay. In a game 7, I don't think I've ever seen a team go 10 man deep, and I I don't know why Doc did that, and just a bad move. I mean, yeah, the Hawks went 9 man deep, but man, Doc, and then just think about their future. Embiid and Curry, Seth Curry, those are the only guys that I would say are keeping because Seth for his defense for his shooting. But Toby, he's on a max contract, probably going to be untradeable. But if they can shop him, I would shop him. Furkan Goatmoss, I mean, he didn't play too well. 18 minutes only. Ben Simmons. Okay, so I've seen some like Ben Simmons for CJ deals. I don't know if the Blazers would do that though, maybe because of his defense and maybe they can run him at the 5. I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like they trade like Derrick Jones Jr. and CJ for Ben Simmons. They trade Nurkic for a wing who can defend, run Dame. Now Norman Powell, the wing, Robert Covington, and Ben Simmons at the 5. I think Simmons at the 5 can be really good. Really unlocks his game as a passer, and he can really blow by some just slow footed big man. They have to fix their bench. and they need shooting. Danny Green, he went down like in game 4. I think he would have been big as a 40% three-point shooter, though we know he isn't really the best playoff performer. George Hill, I mean, he was a solid acquisition. Matisse Thybulle, Maxey, there's some young assets. I do like Tyrese Maxey a lot though. But just thinking about what if they got James Harden? I mean, I know the Rockets didn't want to trade with Daryl Morey, which was I mean, maybe it was the right move. Maybe it was right getting those 8 picks instead of Ben Simmons and Maxey and a couple picks. I don't know. I mean, even if they got Kyle Lowry, that would have been a good move. Like, I actually saw a comment from Kyle Lowry, and he said, like, the Heat, the 76ers, the Lakers, they all wanted to trade for Kyle Lowry, didn't, and they're all eliminated. So maybe Lowry will sign their free agency. I don't know. But this team needs to make some changes in. But you gotta trust Daryl Morey because he's still one of the best GMs in the league. The Sixers only made 9 threes. I mean, the Hawks only made 7. I guess I guess it isn't as bad. But oh man, this team needs some changes. And just thinking about next year, I expect Simmons. I'm okay. The thing about Simmons is that he's at an all-time low level, and like people are having him on the Shanghai Sharks starting lineup, and when you're on that, you're at an all-time low from being an all-star to a Shanghai Sharks starter. But I think that they're gonna play him out for one more season. I think that his value is too low, and it's just not worth it trading for like a couple role players for still an all-star level player. We know he isn't the best at scoring. He's good at everything else, that's for sure. But they need him to score, and it's just will he go? I guess. I mean, just okay. I just want to think about Hawks versus Bucks, which is gonna be interesting. I don't see how the Hawks can stop Giannis Antetokounmpo, but maybe I mean Drew is a good fit for Trey with his like size, strength, quickness. He can really maybe Trey will draw some fouls on him, but I don't think John Collins, Capella, Gallo can stop Giannis at all. And then I don't really see how the Hawks will win it, but they do have that underdog mentality that is definitely good. But the Sixers, they had one of the easiest paths. The Wizards, they were pretty easy to beat. The Hawks or Knicks, who didn't seem like contenders. And I've been really impressed by the Hawks. You gotta give Trae Young his respect. He gave it all. I still have no idea why the Sixers didn't really target Trae because he's such a bad defender, but they don't put him in the pick and roll, which makes no sense. And he's been a pretty good help defender with Embiid in the post, but Trae, he was a beast on offense. Bogey hopefully can get his shot back. I mean, he's been good in the whole series. John Collins, I mean, even his future, I think he would resign. Maybe get the max. Maybe, I don't know. I do like Okongwu maybe getting a bigger role next year, but his defense, really impressive. And just, I don't know if they're going to beat the Bucks. I mean, it's going to be very tough. I mean, Giannis, unstoppable. Brooke might even feast. And Middleton, maybe they put like Bogey on Middleton. But it's going to be an interesting series. I mean, nobody expected Suns Clippers to be the conference finals and Hawks Sixers. I mean, Hawks Bucks. That's crazy. The NBA is unpredictable. The top 2 seeds already gone from. The first seeds are already eliminated. The second seed from the East. That's crazy. And I have some big hikes. I mean, the expectations for the Sixers next year is going to be interesting. Maybe Joel Embiid requests a trade. I do feel like that Embiid is going to be a Sixer for life. Hopefully, he can stay healthy. Definitely some big moves, and they are a mess right now.